Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Xenoblade Chronicles X. We are back. We're back at this. One thing I found out, though, we have like a bird's eye view thing, which is kind of cool. I know I was kind of just playing around with controls, and it's kind of cool. We've got like a mini map. But anyway, we are going to got our way to the quest area. There's people I can talk to, but like I don't know if they're like important or anything. Like this person here, Anna. They have like a weird icon. Now I'm curious.
Let's see.
A gunshot and some sort of dying whale from the other side of the west gate. Guess one of the teams must have been fighting. But guess it doesn't really do anything. I don't know, some of them have like icons, and always makes me think like, oh, maybe there's something special with it, but I don't think there is. There's the giant mecha. I want to play one. I want to run around in one. Oh. Crash landing. Is he aiming for the pillar? Is it true? Is it trying to find his butt to land? That one's just drunk driving it. That's all it is. They're definitely a little drunk. They did like loops around the thing. It's funny because they're inside a spaceship and yet they've all got cars and vehicles and all that around here. Guys, drunk driving or drunk flying.
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt. Hey, look at that. The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub.
You're so carefree.
Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-who's? Cool. I'm Lin Li Ku, mechanic and top all-around
Lin Li
fixer
Ku.
for Blade.
I'm never gonna remember these names. Look skeptical. Find out how old Lin is. Find out what happened.
She's 13, and I know she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
She just knows him like she cares for anything. Ooh. You can change your active party composition from main menu active members. There you can select allies from the reserve and add them to your active party or swap them around. Please note that there are times when you will not be able to change members. We just had her in, right? We've only got 3 characters. There we go, we have our squad. Yeah, I was like, I mean, from the first episode, it's been a lot of fun playing this. I mean, we haven't really done much more boring. Yeah, I pretty much said it last time, like, I love the Xenoblade games. We're always really good at telling stories.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, Skell development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
I feel like I'm gonna get so lost in the outworld.
Next is the commercial
Like, actually, it
district.
looks like even town here.
Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing,
Like a
groceries,
city.
you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well,
Imagine
plus
living in a
nice
thing
park
like
and a
this.
cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual
I am
level
curious what
structure.
happens when that runs out of
The upper
percent.
level holds our administrative
I'm guessing the whole
capital,
town's just gonna get
the
run out of power,
HQ
right?
government. Not to mention armory
It's been
alley
stuck
as
on
well as
60 the whole
barracks
time,
where we
so
live.
well, it doesn't go down too quick.
The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Also, I should bring
Well
up. I
then,
did actually look
better
through
not
the
keep them
whole
waiting.
class system and all that.
The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up
I
just
get
behind
how
the
it
giant
works.
white tower here.
I know which way I'm
That
gonna
road
follow.
there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
I just want to try one of the mechas. Ah, down. I just zooms in the mini map. And with the bird's eye view one too. Is it a cool way to like look around when you get like a high view? You can get like a full gist of the area. That's actually really cool. Oh wait, there's a thing over here. Where is it? This? Must learn mechanical field skills. Okay. Well, I guess we're not going in there then. Hopefully there's like something good hidden in that area. Right. I have to run around? Oh, there's chests over here. Oh. Yeah, I think this is where I go. Didn't get this one. A treasury. Experience. The shopping district, it seems.
Hey.
That guy gets sidetracked looking at all these stuff. See, like, they have a symbol too. I'm curious what all that is. Whoever has it. I don't know. Wait, there is a chest over here though. Mine. Experience credit. Alright, I guess in we go. The Blade Barracks.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
Her interest? Brown say nothing.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must
You think
be
that the dude that
latest
was on there? He just has the same hairstyle as the dude.
Secretary Nagi.
Miss Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here.
Oh
and
no,
he
it was
didn't
Doug, I
seem
think it
quite
was.
so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good.
She's so
Sure it
carefree.
stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here,
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
For one, I feel like he's gonna be a villain. If I learn anything from any one of these sort of games, guy in charge is usually some sort of corrupt bossa. He might not be. He might be just decent, but most of the time they have some ulterior motive. Why is everyone staring at each other? Someone say
Allow me
something.
to
There we go.
formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? He seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until he knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. He seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
He could barely remember his name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Dude, Elma's design reminds me of someone else, but I can't think of who. That's how we ended up. I'll go with this.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations.
Bright light.
Their technology and weapons were...
I feel like eventually we're gonna fight these things, right?
We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat.
Wasn't everyone just living out their days and we just crash land and we just goes flying all over the place?
Once the dust cleared, we set to work.
Someone was probably
transforming into
sleeping
its
when it
current
crashed lands and just got launched out of bed.
searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
I'm just gonna ask about this.
Yes.
I don't care about Blade. I don't even know what Blade is.
Are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
I really have to ask about everything? Okay, yes, I guess.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's
That is a
relatively
mouthful to
new
say. Oh
organization.
my.
Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
I still feel like they're gonna be bad.
Take a look
Could
at
be
this.
wrong. I just don't trust any like head of anything in any game because they always end up being some sort of corrupt.
The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis, all housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers, and of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Chapter 1. 20 experience. Right? Sure. Didn't read any of that, by the way. Press R to display the navigation panel in the bottom right of the screen. This will show the objectives of your current tracked mission, etc. Track missions from the main menu missions. You can press either or to toggle the navigation panel's category. Right. This stuff is locked. Alright. Nope, where are we going? I wonder if there's anything. Can I steal anything in here? Probably not, right? I should check if there are chests.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah, Nagi must really, really want him to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of
I want to drive one.
Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
See, it really does remind me of the what's it called from Xenoblade 3. Jade Longley.
What? You don't remember
That is
what
the
a
edgy
Skell
boy.
is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations.
Imagine if we actually made one of those in the future.
I get so excited.
That's just how
whenever I
our
think about
wars go. Just everyone's driving a mecha of some sort.
Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats.
Or just do a Pacific Rim and just make
Wasn't
giant
enough
robots.
to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned.
No, apparently that stuff isn't possible to
Still,
make.
Just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up
She has
for the
really
test?
cool eyes.
But
They
it's
kind
not
of remind me of Gojo's eyes from Jujutsu
Not the
Kaisen.
other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's
The
head on
question is,
over.
how far into the game is it before I get a skull, whatever they're called? I just want to drive one. I'm sure it looks like it would be fun. Just run around in a giant
this is
machine.
Mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey,
Come on, click on it. Auto saving. Got it. Can't use this right now. Wait, where am I going? Oh, over here. Can't even look at the missions.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the scout console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills.
Wait, is this like online?
This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
Yeah, I'm not paying
You
online.
can't spell blade
Oh.
without team. Sort of.
Well, maybe.
Anyway,
No, I don't
awesome,
really
right?
want to put
So you
pay
ready
for
to join
online.
up?
Hang on, Lynn.
So I think
take
my
it
other,
easy,
I
would
should
you?
play on another account. I think my other account does have online
Just
still.
saying, you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Alright. Next, I feel like I'm not going to be able to look at anything until all this tutorial stuff's done. Yeah, I am.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for Skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole Skells. Can you imagine owning your own Skell? Huh? Oh,
I feel like that's
right,
not going to
the
be
tour.
easy to make.
I think all that's
To
left is the heart
purchase.
of Blade
We're going to need
itself.
like some absurd
Blade
amount of
Tower.
coins if I want to do it. I just want to drive one. Look at it. Probably still can't do this either. Nope, can't use it yet. Great.
Hey,
Still can't do anything. Till they've all finished running their mouth. Transport pilot.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a
She's
sales
like
pitch.
12.
We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not.
Why if I said
Now that
no?
you've seen where and how we
I
work,
don't have a choice. I feel like I'm going to be forced into it anyway, but I'm curious what happens if I say no.
Your decision. In any case,
It'd be like
let's
one of
head
those
back to
things,
the
like if
base.
I was to say
Secretary
no,
Nagi will
that
be
somehow the story will convince me to say yes. It always does with other games anyway. You've just woken up, so you must be feeling pretty hazy. If you're confused about anything, you can check the tips. I bet you'll find some useful, some info there that'll be relevant to your situation. Treat them as your basic textbook for surviving. I think it's still. Alright, now where do we go? Still can't do that chest, so I guess we go back over here? Where I was before? Any way I can think of. Wait, let's see if I can use one of these things now. Oh, still can't use it. Alright, well, worth a shot. Alright, well, in the door we go. Eventually I'll be able to look at everything. I guess it's still like the tutorial side of things. Episode isn't too eventful. It's kind of just us exploring the city.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Odd. 3 shoulders? Ah, we'll just accept. I just want to get into fighting.
Welcome to the organization. Elma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
This is our base of operations now.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments, together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case,
Yeah, as long as I get the 5 things, I don't care where I go.
District, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation
I can my camera.
to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary.
Camera feels, I don't know,
All
a
right,
little
you two,
clunky to move
shall we?
around.
Yeah, training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe.
Mining probe? Okay, got a bunch of stuff, I guess. Oh, up to chapter 2. Huh. Hey, we finished chapter 1 already. Nice. I feel like we're kind of getting through a chapter an episode. So I don't know how many chapters there are in this altogether.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Probably us. This it was you and Nah, it's us. It was definitely us. We killed the doggos.
Seriously? That was you? Cool.
I don't think so. Those Grexes we took down were fairly routine. Definitely not something they'd lock both gates over, at least.
Then I take my cool back. But wait a sec. You guys fought Grexes? The two of you? Hey, that's still pretty cool. They've been hassling a lot of teams lately.
I think it
especially how
was
they
me.
haven't passed
I'm gonna
it.
keep telling myself it's me.
Let's not get too excited. Confidence can be good. Overconfidence can be fatal, especially when you're new.
Yeah, you're right.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the east gate, shall we?
See that. Why does it look like it's raining? Is it raining through the walls? I'm looking at. This is Eleonora, Blade Support Lead. Here I can tell you that the segment feature of your map is now available to use. Use displayed on your handheld comm device and is a useful tool with lots of info about the Mira. So, alright, well. Out we go. Wait, we're so far away. We leveled up though.
It's true on any planet.
I was level 7. I'm a novice trainer. Well, me, I'm going up. I don't know how to get up class ranks. I just know roughly how it works. I don't know how to actually get up them though. None of that really makes sense, but I look for big guys and just pick a fight with something. East Gate. Other things are threat level. I think what these time things are. Oh. Bunch of dead things. I was trying to see if I could target them just to make sure they weren't just asleep.
Frontier.
A lot of demon monkey thingos. That thing happened.
That one Senicula could have killed all these simius.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight that because I'm like level 6.
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Senicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Senicula.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be like level 100. I'm gonna get one time I'm trying to find it.
Up on the food chain than your typical Senicula, right? Usually we'd find one Cinia standing over 3 or 4 Senicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Senicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Senicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Just killing the tyrant? Let's go and fight it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant.
I'm gonna get
Do you
one
understand
tapped.
what that means?
We should probably explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
I mean, every game, all the Xenoblade games have it. They always have that big beast you can't fight. Just the 3 of you handle it. Gonna protect.
As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Yeah, the question is how tough it's going to be, because it's kind of standing where we need to be. Gauging a tyrant is no small task. It's important to equip your best before charging in. To double check all equipment and gear. Oh, make sure your arts are ready and leveled up. Hey, that's... I don't have anything leveled up, so good luck. I mean, I guess I can quickly check it. I don't think I have anything, right? Join the party. I want these, but I need to be at like 1 more level. Not me everything that she's just joined the party. I've checked all this gear. I'm at 6. I'll level up one of my arts. Like, I don't know how if I'm like limited. Wait. Art. Hit scale goes up by 100%. Cooldown goes down. It's upgrade. I go again. I have enough. Just gets more and more expensive. Insufficient. Trade. It runs up by 75%. The cooldown goes down though. I mean, having the cooldowns go down isn't the worst case scenario. Yeah, we got him. We'll level up some of our arts, so that's all that matters. Alrighty, let's get absolutely clapped. You can aim your attacks at particular parts of the enemies. Reducing their appendage health gauge to 0 will destroy it. You can change the part you target by R, that, or A, okay. Additionally, destroying appendages before defeating an enemy may yield additional rewards.
Oh, they've seen us.
Well, and it just went straight for us.
Lay down some fire for me.
I want to get close. Oh. I mean, that did some damage. Take out its leg. I mean, the thing is kind of just in my way a little bit. And that actually does. Yeah, one of its legs. I'm attacking the legs like as far away as physically possible. Go. Whatever this does. I was too far away on that one. Get it. Keep avoiding. What's the music going? Okay. Hey. Got attacked. That's the wrong thing. Switch back. I mean, almost taking out the leg. You resist him down. Oh, he ranked up. We did it? Did we take it down?
We are awesome.
I'm skilled.
Nice work, Lynn.
Tyrant my
Fall back.
ass.
You did too.
I took down his legs.
Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light.
What if there's a
indicates
chance I can
a
just power up
frontier now.
every ability to a max, right?
It marks the ideal
guessing-
spot to bury the probe.
Like, is there a limit to how many I get, or can I just keep upgrading them?
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Persuade, show interest. I'm doing it.
Good. Now we
There
just
it
need to give
goes.
it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Open. Worm survival goggles. Frontier Nav probe sites, or FN sites for short, are optimal locations to plant data probes. Placing one will reveal segment retcon for the surrounding segment. You can go to the main menu map segments to see which segment contains... Okay. Who is this guy? Lao? Lao? A Pathfinder. If we're gonna grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. Plant one, simply approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press A. If you find a good spot, be sure to go ahead and claim it. What? The crab? There's something bigger than the crab. Now, all that's left is to report back to base, but first, let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a Skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky, so be careful about such things in the future. Ah, we took it on, we were fine. Segment Recon shows the details of the tasks that need to be performed in each segment. Each category is shown with its own icon. Solving these increases your survey. Okay. There is a segment recon task still to address at your current location. A yellow hexagonal, I can never pronounce that word, area will be displayed on the mini-map. This is known as the segment marker. Segment marker indicates the borders, the segment you're currently occupying. You can also go to main menu map segments, then select the segment and press R to manually display the segment marker, the particular segment on the minimap. Manually set segment markers will be displayed as a blue hexagon area. Okay. Got a treasure chest, nothing. Tyrant, and then another chest. I mean, that's cool. Where are we going? I'm so turned around. That way. Right here. Oh, wait. No, not arts. Actually, wait. Let's go with arts. I have 6 points. I don't know how the whole points work. I don't know how I get more points or any of that. Oh, we did get a new head. Upgrade goes up. It go to negative 15 gravity, but I gain more armor. Sure, whatever. I think that's the one I did have, right? That's the one I had. How do I compare? Oh, reduces the... So I get 2 more defense. Honestly, I feel like this is... I just favorited this thing. How do I turn off favorites? I actually press favorites. Nope. 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 I kind of want to put this on. I might put this back on. This one gives me like a lot of armor, but the other one kind of just decreases a lot. Maybe it is better, I'm sure. Probably find something that can replace it later anyway, so it's fine. Alright, we'll probably go back to the area, then we might call the episode off. We'll see. We'll get back. Actually, no, we probably will. I'll get back to base first. Then we'll go from there. At least we got to explore a little bit. Hopefully next episode will be a little bit more action-packed. We only really got a little bit. At least we took down a tyrant. I mean, I got that going for me. Finally whooped one of them. Got one all the way back. I wonder if this. I didn't even try looking. I wonder if there's like a way to like fast travel or something.
Hey,
Or at least I hope there is in like some point. Anyway, there's the jump.
Great.
Achievement unlocked? I mean, okay, I got an achievement. Alright, let's see what that said and we'll leave it there, I think. I'm home. Wait, which way are we going? Custom, wait. Of course, I can't use it yet. Buzz skills.
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
That's some gnarly eyebrows.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Mission done. Got a bunch of mining probes. I want to get the 7th so I can put those dual wheel blades on. Are we already at the end of chapter 2? No, we're just saving.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway?
Guy's eyes
I
like
haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
well below
Commander
halfway
Vandam
of
was
his
Blade's
head.
top officer.
Guy's got a giant forehead you can park a plane on it.
Life, I was chief
And the
engineer
jumbo
on the
jet
White Whale.
and the helicopter.
Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
Hey, maybe pick a
So you
voice.
still
I
haven't
don't know
told
a
us why
voice.
you're here. From the look of things,
Like the
I'm
one
guessing
game
this
where
is
where your
social
main
call.
character doesn't have a voice. I don't know how I feel about it.
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Ask about the assignment. I'll just get started. Let's
Whoa
jump into
there,
it.
Itchy Trigger. I know you're just chafing at the bit to run out there and grab the world by its tail, but you need to choose a division first. Once that's all hashed out, we can get into detail about what your first assignment's gonna be.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, interceptors.
Oh, we're gonna go through everything, aren't we?
Right?
Oh no.
Marina and Gwen, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect
I mean,
New
I
LA
know,
and
I did
everyone
look it
in
up.
from
I
the
know
wild
we're
here
able
on
to level all of them up at some
Right
point.
now, this is
I know
probably
which
our
one I want to
busiest
go
division.
because I think it was the default one.
Interceptors ride
It's the only one that
shotguns with
allows you to
laser
just
tech
mix and
heads,
match everything.
escort VIPs around,
It
and
seems
they
like the
help any
best one
other
to.
idiots who get caught out there with their pants
That makes any sense.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours
that?
left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? Alright, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skells knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs.
You know, I've already lost count. I don't know how many there are
Outfitters
left.
Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators.
Oh,
These are the
the
folks
screen
who
went
keep
dark 'cause I was just
everything
watching for so
hunky-dory with
long.
John and Joan Q. Public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators.
that sounds like a
It's not
boring
division
job.
for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about
Yeah.
this.
Oh, I read.
You ready to choose?
I'll decide. I'm gonna go the normal path I was gonna go.
We're on pins and needles here.
Select a division. One sec, let me... What's the class I was thinking of? Wanted to see... What was it called? I can't remember. It was... It doesn't help me. Not you. Think it was under here? No. Yeah, I never know where I was looking at. This it? Oh look, one of these was showing what was actually a decent class. There was like a rating for them. I can't remember for the life of me which one it was. Whatever, I'll just go. Pathfinder's main task is to place data probes. Let's just go with this. So that I can change it whenever.
Settled?
Oh, there it is. I went Pathfinder. I mean, finding the probes, I guess it's more a way to go exploring, right?
Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia.
Guess that's where we're going.
Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a Skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
Alright, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Get a storage probe? I mean, I don't know what that does, but sure, I'll take it. Don't know what any of these probes do. Oh, look, we're up to... Wait, we got through chapter 1 and chapter 2. And we're kind of flying through the chapters. You're officially a blade now. Congrats. Becoming one of us grants you access to a variety of services, including the shop terminal and AM terminal, mission control, and more. Some services are still off limits at the moment, but we'll get them back up. Okay. Ever wish you could zip straight back to a place you visited? Well, that's why we have... There we go. There's my answer. Fast travel allows you to instantly return to significant landmarks, as well as any frontier nav sites that have data probes installed. Arms manufacturer, or AMs, support us from the sidelines by developing new weaponry and gear. By utilizing their services, we can support them too. Head to the AM terminal in Armory Alley. That's a weird thing to say. To learn more about the... Okay. Oh my god, please stop with the pop-ups. Missions comprise duties and requests received directly from the concerned parties or via mission control. They are divided into 4 categories to provide rewards and affinity when completed. Oh, no, that's right. Story missions. These missions advance the game's main story. You can accept them in the Blade Barracks. Affinity missions. These missions heavily feature your team members. You can accept them whenever you see a relevant icon. Normal missions. Mostly requests from NLA citizens or fellow Blades. You can accept them whenever to see the relevant icon. Okay, and basic missions. Simple tasks like defeating enemies or collecting items. You can accept up to 20. Okay. Still going. Blade reports are a communication tool that resident of Mira used to share useful information they come across. When you visit a segment for which you haven't completed a segment recon yet, you may receive a blade report post. If you do, check your current position on the segment view, the map screen, and confirm the segment recon objective. Do your best to resolve it. Okay. Any more pop-ups? We're done. Good. We're up to chapter 3. We jumped through 2 chapters, so I'll take that. But I don't know. We might do a little bit of side stuff next episode and see where it goes from there. But we're going to leave this off here. I hope you enjoyed it. If new channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell on the videos go live, and I'll be back again next time. So until then, take care and peace out.